What's good, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, man. My name's DivaTequila. I appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're like me and the millions of others people at this point, you've probably played, heard of, or you've gotten obsessed with Palworld, and for pretty good reason, man. I started playing it probably the day after it came out, and it's really just captured my attention, as well as all my friends as well. We're all enjoying playing it. I meant to get this video out sooner, but this past weekend was a rugby weekend. I've been trying to get my feet wet in the game. I've been trying my best to experience it as organically as possible. I've come across a few spoilers and such. I did look into a little bit of the crossbreeding just to go ahead and start getting, start getting a little bit accustomed with that. But without further ado, I want to go ahead and give 10 tips and tricks that have really helped us along the way that we found just kind of casually experiencing the game. I do want to go ahead and briefly mention, if you see that all of our pals at our base at the moment are depressed and weakened, we've been experiencing this kind of weird bug. I'm not entirely sure. Every time we log out for the night, when we log back in the morning, they're all just standing around our pal box, starving, starving and depressed. So every day we log in, we have to make sure that they have a fresh food supply and go ahead and start making medicine. But it is what it is. I'll get the medicines knocked out a little bit, but I want to give some tips and tricks. I want to convey my interest in the game, and I really want to keep the popularity of the game going. I think it's fun, it's fresh, it's vibrant. It combines a lot of elements of games that I already enjoy into one feels clean and polished game. So first and foremost, man, if you're not singing your babies to sleep at night, you're doing it wrong. You know what I mean? They work hard for you all day long. Sing them a little lullaby. Give them some little pets. You know what I mean? Make sure they feel nice and loved. Tip number 1, though. This one took us a little bit longer to figure out. A little bit ashamed to admit that I wasn't until level 25 to realize that if you go to your PAL deck and you click on any PAL that it is that you want to hunt, as long as you've seen them, then you can just go to Habitat and you can see exactly where we're at on the map. That'll appear. Like I said, it took us a bit longer. We didn't spend too much time just looking through the UI and looking things up. So maybe you haven't found this out as well, but we found this out and it was a huge help for us. Tip number 2 is how to actually give your pals the medicine. So like I said, at the moment all of ours are depressed and weakened, but I haven't actually made the medicine yet for the day. But what you would need to do is you would just need to go to your PAL box management and find the one that you want to cure, and then you simply pull them into your inventory. And then, you have the medicine and you would just give it to them like this. So we'll just pretend that the milk is the medicine. You'd click on it like you want to use it, and then it would let you use that medicine on that person, or on that pal rather. So that's how you would administer your medicine. Tip number 3, took us a little bit longer to realize this as well, is that the different food that's available, let me see if we have let me go back to our main base. The different food that's available actually has different buffs. Most of the basic foods are simply just to give nutrition. Some of them will start to give some sanity, but the different foods do have different buffs. So like the jam filled bun, for instance, was the first one we came across that has gives 10% to defense. Did they just take that away? Interesting. It doesn't say it anymore. But so this one, gradually decreases the rate at which the sanity will decrease. This one improves work speed. This one improves attack by 10% for a period of time. Oh yeah, it looks like they did. The jam-filled bun previously did give a 10% buff to defense, but now the marinated mushrooms is the one that gives a defense buff. So interesting. Maybe they wanted to make it a little less inaccessible. I did have a not big update to download this morning, but I did have an update to download this morning, so that could be that. Another thing to note that I didn't find out until my baby virus told me is that your gold doesn't actually carry any weight. For the longest, I was storing my gold in one of my little chests. Didn't want to take up the inventory space, didn't want to use up the weight or anything, but yeah, your gold doesn't actually carry any weight, so you really don't lose anything by carrying your gold. Coupled with that, the keys don't take up that much weight at all, actually, so you can go ahead and just take a few inventory slots to have your gold and your keys with you. It's going to be a lot more beneficial than trying to run back and forth. Usually what I keep in my inventory is my gold, my keys, a change of armor, just depending on what area I'm going to be in, my arrows, and I keep my spheres on me as well. At the moment I have a couple PAL souls just because I haven't stored them yet, but yeah, so that's usually what I keep on me. Definitely keep your gold on you. Next big one is that buying arrows is really cheap. It's also, I think it's a lot more time efficient to just go buy arrows real quick. The small settlement has a wandering merchant that's literally right off the waypoint. So usually come down here to lay wandering merchant. Let's see, I don't have my fanglope on me at the moment. We'll ride our big ass dinosaur. And then you just come down here, man. You buy the arrows. I think it's only like 5 gold per, so you can really stock up on a lot of arrows. You don't have to spend as much time crafting them. You don't have to waste the mats to craft them. Pretty efficient. You can see here is what, like 500 will be 2,500 gold, which is really nothing. I mean, obviously I have plenty of gold to do that, but I mean, I could just like sell the precious entrails or something like that I get along the way. The pelts and such, the rubies, all really easy. Tip number 6 would be, make sure you capture the 10 pals that you need to get the bonus XP. After you've captured the 10th pal, you get heavily diminishing returns, almost to the point of like just getting almost no XP. Like if I go capture a random like chickpea at the moment, I'll probably get like 5 XP. There is still some benefit in farming up pals that you haven't caught past 10, especially once you get to where you're condensing your pals into one, but we'll touch on that in just a second. It's also good for farming up mats. Like if you want a different type of food, you can just go around and kill a bunch of deer, or capture a bunch of deer if you want, especially if you're hunting for different passive skills like swift and such. So there's still benefit to capturing past the 10, but especially when you're in the course of power leveling, make sure you capture 10 pals of all of the pals that you encounter. Once you get into a rhythm, it's really not that bad, especially if you have a pretty decent mount. Most of the time, you don't even have to get off your mount. You can just run from area to area and just make sure that you're throwing your pal spheres out and capture them up. Big thing for number 7, like I said, I did look into a few spoilers in terms of breeding and crossbreeding. You really want to make sure that you're looking at what passives you're getting on your different pals, because that's really what's going to affect you doing your breeding and such. You can see here I don't have this mount fully decked out, but I did at least get swift on it. That's a key example of like a really good passive. Like swift and runner are going to be your good ones for mounts. You want to have like ferocious and even muscle head for like your brawlers, burly body for your tanks. Things like that are ones that you really want to continue breeding on, so that way you would ideally turn it into a better mount. Obviously Nightwing isn't the best mount, but I can then turn around and breed Nightwing into something else to keep that swift going on to a better beacon, or the Ragnarhawk or something like that. You know what I mean? So make sure you're looking at your passive skills. Don't just throw away your duplicates, which leads me straight into tip number 8. Hold on to your duplicate pals, not just for reading across their passives, but then you'll get to where you're using the PAL condensing machine. So you'd come over to your PAL condensing machine over here. Basically you choose the one, like I have my Nighthawk here, or my Nightwing here. Since it has swift on it, I could arguably say that's a good one that I would want to feed all of my other Nightwings into. I'm not going to do that at the moment because I still haven't perfectly made my end game mount yet. But don't just get rid of your duplicates. If you get to where your box is full, obviously you can start to like toss some away. Not toss them away, but you can go like sell them to the PAL merchants if you want. But I would really recommend just saving your pals as much as you can to just condense them into the stronger pals. Obviously, like the chickpeas and the caprites and things like that, the cremis, cativas, things like that. You might not want to have the strongest version of that. It might not matter to you, so you can just go ahead and sell those off to the PAL breeder, PAL merchant, PAL breeder, whatever you want, to get some extra gold. Tip number 9 is that all of your eggs are going to have an ideal temperature and condition to make them hatch a little bit quicker. I have one right here that I can go ahead and scoop up, so that's dope. We got a Pyron Noct. That's pretty cool right there, you know what I mean? You see, that's my first one on this account. I have one on my other one that I was playing with B-Rabbit over the weekend, so that's nice. I'll go ahead and throw another one in here, but you can see that when I put this egg in here, it's going to tell me if it's either a little cold, if it's a little hot, whatever. You're going to need to change up the environment at times, so you want to try to get it to 100%. I think myself and most other people have found this. Sometimes it literally just gets stuck at 50%. I'll put a fire around it, it'll still be at 50%. I can enclose the entire environment, put multiple fires around it, it'll still be capped at 50%. That's okay, but make sure that your eggs aren't just chilling at 0%. At nighttime, obviously, it'll change, whatever, but If you want your eggs to hatch faster, make sure you're paying attention to what your eggs actually need. Tip number 10, I think a lot of people really want to prioritize the productivity of their base. This was our initial base here. This is more or less like, you know, just our home base, a jack of all trades. It was virus messaged me that it was attacked yesterday, so I wasn't on at all yesterday. We had the rugby game Saturday, and then I hung out all day with my wife and kid yesterday. That's pretty dope. It'll let me access the fucking file box here. But this was the second base that we made, and first thing about it is that I think the location of it is beautiful. You've got like a nice little overlook right here where we're at, and you can see the waterfall and everything. You can see the tower. For me, it looks really dope. I'm a huge fan of the aesthetics and the vibes of this game, but the main reason why this one is important is because you've got a lot of stone and ore that just sits here and spawns over and over and over again. I think we have like 3 dig choices in here at the moment to just, yeah, you can see he's just going ham. So we don't ever really have to worry about ore at this point, or stone. We don't have to worry about wood either. So that's really nice. If you're looking for an ideal ore farm location, I'd heavily recommend this area right here. You can see that it's just east of the sealed realm of the Guardian, north of the Sanda Forest, and south of the Free Pal Alliance Tower. So this is a really good one here for ore. If you haven't hit that stage yet, then another one that you should really look at, this was the one that we were considering until we started like really scaling the map, trying to figure out what was going on. But the Desolate Church is also home to a whole lot of ore. I really wish I had my finger lobe so I could just blink right here, but you can see you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 8 ore rocks that just continue to spawn right here. So you could clear out some of these trees if you wanted. Obviously they'll continue to respawn, but you can make your base around this whole elevated area right here, and you would just have, you know, permanent ore farm. Really nice for the ingot production. Obviously you need a lot of ingots as the game continues to go by. But anyways, those were the 10 tips that I wanted to disseminate out to you guys. I wanted to get this video out sooner. Obviously I know most people at this point are already probably well into their little Palworld career, if you will, but I had a very eventful weekend. My best friend B Rabbit, we normally do like a birthday weekend together in January or February. His birthday's January, mine's February. This year I turned 30, so in 2 weeks I'll be 30. He just turned 32 as well. So we had our rugby game on Saturday, then we pretty much just hung out and we played Palworld on his server all weekend, and that was dope, man. I had a lot of fun, but I wasn't really focused too much on cranking a video out, trying to do my best to live in the moment with, you know, the life that I have. So very happy with that. I meant to get the video out sooner. Forgive me. I love you. If you stuck around this far, man, know that I appreciate you. More Palworld content will be out soon. Check out the shorts. The shorts, I think, on this video or on this game, the opportunities are really just endless. A lot of people really love this game, so I'm going to continue to try to find more tips and tricks. I wanted to show you guys some of the casual gameplay of me and the homies. We have a lot of fun playing this. We laugh a lot. I'd like to capture some of those giggly moments and share them with y'all, man. But yeah, man, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe, drop a comment, let me know if these tips were helpful for you, if you've already discovered them as well, or if you have any other tips that you'd like me to pass along to other people, man. But have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Know that I love you. Peace.